Good morning, one and all, or good afternoon, however long it takes me to get this video uploaded. What do we know? What do we know so far? We know that the owners met yesterday. When I say the owners, I mean Karen Brady, who does own a small percentage of the club, David Gold, David Sullivan. They met yesterday to, well, clearly they weren't there for tea and biscuits, were they? They were there to discuss the future of Manuel Pellegrini. I'm sure that was the only topic on the agenda. Dilly-dally, and a decision was put on hold, or a decision was made. And these are the rumours coming out of the club, that Pellegrini has one more game. Not content with sitting in that meeting and deciding that Pellegrini had one more game, it was clearly been leaked that he has one more game. So whatever they thought they were going to do, the news gets out. It's like Pellegrini's got the sword of Damocles hanging over his neck. He's got a gun to his head. It's almost as if they saw the interview with Pellegrini and they hadn't noticed a change in his demeanour. They hadn't noticed that there was a man devoid of any sort of drive, a man that had, by all intents and purposes, given up, a man who didn't like the line of question, a man who just wanted to be out of that interview, get in his car and go home as quickly as possible. Because, well, listen, even if someone is in the best of frame of minds, the very best frame of minds, knowing that you are imminently about to lose your job is not going to make you perform better. I don't know if you've ever had a job that you know you're leaving. It's very, very hard to be motivated and to put in 100%. You've got to see out your notice somewhere. Even if you're about to go on holiday, let's say you've got a holiday booked on a Monday and it's your last day on a Friday. You know, it gets to about 2-3 o'clock and you just think, oh, I'm not fancying this, I'm already in holiday mode. I just think it's very hard when you know you're pretty much going to be off, to then come and apply yourself in a way that's going to be beneficial to yourself and beneficial to the team. And I just think that's what they've done with Pellegrini here. He wasn't doing well anyway. He's been in pretty damn poor form, let's be fair. But to leak the fact that he has one more game to save his job is not helpful to anybody. So why leak it? Well, I didn't know, and even up to the point where I decided what I was going to talk about today, I didn't know. But ex-West Ham United employee has tweeted a tweet, as you do. What else would he tweet? He's tweeted a tweet suggesting that there is a clause in Pellegrini's contract that suggests if he's in the relegation zone, that we can release him for more money. Now, obviously, I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether I would believe that. I do want to believe that, to be fair, though. Not because I want us to be in a relegation zone, but I would like to believe that our owners are prudent enough to put such a clause in there to safeguard themselves, safeguard their investment in the club and safeguard the club itself. So let's suppose for one moment that's true. Let's just suppose that that is the case. If we get in the relegation zone, they can then sack him and they save some money. That's risky business. That is risky business. If you've already decided he's not the man for the job, then that is very risky. Because what happens if he then wins that game or draws that game? That draw just keeps us outside the relegation zone. It then ticks over for one more week, one more game, doesn't it? And I wouldn't suggest the fixture list is overly kind. I think Leicester coming to our place is a very tough game. Nobody can think that we'd particularly win that. Excuse me. We're away to Crystal Palace over the Christmas period. They're in great form. They're a better team than us at the moment. So you wouldn't think that was good. So games are running out for us to get to what we need to, which is 39, 40 points. Why you would, so as you can save a few extra pennies, and as I say, we don't know this is true, but so as you can save any extra pennies, why would you almost be prepared to sacrifice 3 points, which is what we're talking about. Not only sacrifice 3 points, but sacrifice 3 points to a rival. That's a crazy thing to do. Anybody would label a game against a fellow relegation contender, and we are relegation contenders, and so are Southampton. They would be calling that, the pundits would be calling that a 6-pointer. Why you would do that, why you would surrender a 6-pointer, a pivotal and important game, when you already know you're going to get rid of the manager, is amazing. I cannot think. It's almost as if they don't understand the precarious nature of our situation. I said that I didn't think that they'd looked at Pellegrini and particularly noticed the change in his demeanour. I'm not even entirely sure they've looked at the league table and realised that we are actually in trouble. I don't know what they've been watching. Maybe they just think that we're too good to go down. They shouldn't do. I highlighted in yesterday's video how many times that we have been relegated. Oh, sorry, not just us. Clubs under Golden Sullivan relegated. They've experienced relegation. They are experiencing these matters to such an extent, I would expect them to see it coming before other people. Because they've been there, they've done it. They should see the warning signs. Because they've lived it before. It's almost as if they think, no, it's not going to happen. That they can delay any decision, put anything like that on hold, because actually there will always be 3 teams worse than us. They're probably thinking at the moment that we're in a false position. West Ham are in a false position. We're not. We're in exactly the position we deserve to be in. Liverpool are in exactly the position they deserve to be in. Crystal Palace are, Manchester United are, Tottenham are. Everyone's where they deserve to be. Because you get 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and none for a loss. I think it's risky business. I don't know why they've done it. I find it a wasted meeting in that respect. It just drags on and on and on. And as I say, almost the worst case scenario is Pellegrini getting a draw. And then we go on and lose the next game, because this is, well, it's what you'd call a stay of execution every time. The Chelsea win was a stay of execution. We then get well beaten by Wolves, comprehensively beaten by Arsenal. What, a point against Southampton? And then we get beaten by Leicester, and then we're down there. We're down there anyway. We're down near the bottom. And we're relying on nobody below us having better form than us. Well, everybody's got better form than us at the moment. The way the league is going, we're going that way, everyone else is going that way. I just don't think they've read the situation very well at all. I think it's inactive, as I say, dithering. Not good. So, we wait. Everybody's in a state of limbo. That's fans are. We can't look forward to the weekend with any sort of hope or any confidence or any sense of expectation whatsoever. Pellegrini is in a state of limbo. Well, that's fine, okay? I mean, it's not great. As I say, I feel a bit sorry for him, and as much as I don't want to put the boot in. But he's well paid, and he remains well paid. And let's get something very, very right here, okay? I've got to labour the point, because I just don't feel enough people, not you guys there, but when I read in the media and other outlets, I don't think enough people really understand this. He's not got to have a lump sum payoff once you get rid of him. You carry on paying his wages. Don't take my word for it. Look how much money we saved in wages. Our wages are significantly lower this year than they were last year. West Ham's wages, significantly lower. A lot of the high earners have gone. They weren't replaced with players on a comparable wage. We could carry on paying Pellegrini's wages and still have a lower wage bill than we had last season. I mean, that I think that's a point. I think that's worth thinking about. So actually, you don't have to pay him off. You still do it, and you still tick over. You use the lump sum. Well, you don't pay out the lump sum. Any new manager coming in, yes, I guess there's going to be a signing-on fee, but they're just going to go on the payroll as well. You do it until you come to the correct negotiation for a payoff with Pellegrini, which, as I understand it, is the remainder of his 12-month contract. But even then, you don't have to pay it. You can pay the remainder of those 12 months over 12 months. You've not. It's a fallacy that this massive pot of gold has got to be found from somewhere. It really hasn't. The owners defer their 43 million. The money that they were going to take out. They'll tell you the money's not there. Well, it's got to be there from somewhere because they're planning to take it out. The net spend was 20 odd million. What was it, 25 million net spend in the summer? I think the turnover was 180 million last year. You could do your research yourself for your wages. I don't know off the top of my head. But there was a lot more surplus than 25 million there, that's for sure. The last thing that happened, even after our window closed, we sold Chicharito for 7-8 million. There's funds there, there's money there. So whatever money they were going to take out, wherever they were going to get that money from, for the loan, the final payment of the loan payable to them, the 40 odd million quid, get a new manager in, put him on the payroll, keep Pellegrini, pay him off over 12 months, no big lump sum. Defer your 40 million, take it next season. Take it next season. Because I tell you what, take that 40 million, give it to the manager. Would possibly still be in the Premier League as long as you get the managerial appointment right. Because you hear they've got two managers waiting in the wings. Chris Hughton and David Moyes. Now they both make not my choices. I've got but maybe they bring stability. Maybe they do. Maybe they're fine. But whether you think they're the right choices or the wrong choices, just imagine them. They've got waiting in the wings in limbo. What are you then saying to those guys? Oh, fellas, we're going to give. We don't know. Sorry, Chris, we don't know if it's you or David. But what we're going to do is give Manuel one more game because we can sack him in a better, more financially a better way for us. I don't know what you're telling these people. If indeed they are waiting in the wings. If I was one of those guys, and I wanted to get back in work, and I'm under the assumption that both Moyes and Hughton want to get him back into work. Why would I wait around for West Ham anyway? Everybody else seems to be sacking their managers, and there's other jobs available. I don't know, but so the whole thing that's indecision as well. The whole thing is indecision. The meeting indecision. Dealing with Pellegrini is indecision. Everything. But they are going to have to make a decision at some point. You can't keep putting these things off. But the longer they put it off, the more precarious our situation becomes. I just don't think they've realised. They do not realise the situation we're in. They do not have the time. They do not that time. They think they've got one more game. 3 precious points. With 1 point off the relegation, you haven't got time to play Russian roulette with 3 points. Watch this space.